Charles Lindbergh, the man behind the flight that was the first solo transatlantic flight and also the first transatlantic flight between two major city hubs. Lindbergh became fascinated with flight during college and enrolled in the Nebraska Aircraft Corporation's flying school. French-born New Yorker holoter Raymond Orteig put up a $25,000 award for the first successful non-stop transatlantic flight specifically between New York City and Paris. Ryan Aircraft Company of San Diego agreed to design and build a custom monoplane for $10,580, the Spirit of St. Louis. The Spirit of St. Louis was a fabric-colored single-seat and single-engine Ryan NYP high-wing monoplane. This plane was designed by Lindbergh and Ryan's chief engineer Donald A. Hall. Friday, May 20th, 1927, Roosevelt's Field, Long Island. Lindbergh began his journey. Despite a muddy, raining runway, Lindbergh was able to take off. His flight, however, was not without challenges. He skimmed over storm clouds and wave tops. The airplane faced icing, fog, and Lindbergh was not well versed in radio or astronomy, so he navigated by guessing. Luckily, the winds over the Atlantic canceled each other out, minimizing wind drift. On Saturday, May 21st, 10:22 p.m., he landed at the Le Bourget Aerodrome. The airfield was not marked on the map, and Lindbergh landed only with the knowledge that it was about 7 miles northeast of the city. He initially mistook the airfield for a large industrial complex because of the bright lights spreading in all directions from all the cars in the largest traffic jam in Paris history, from all the people that are trying to attend the landing. Upon landing, a crowd estimated at 150,000 stormed the field, dragged Lindbergh out of the cockpit, and carried him around above their heads for nearly half an hour. The Spirit was slightly damaged during the festivities by souvenir hunters before the plane reached the hangar. After the flight, Lindbergh experienced no shortage of fame. The New York Times featured the paid-wide headline, "Lindbergh Does It." His mother's house in Detroit was surrounded by a crowd estimated about 1,000. Countless newspapers, magazines, and radio shows wanted to interview him, and he was flooded with job offers from companies, think tanks, and universities. Lindbergh was bestowed the French Legion d'Honneur from the President of France, the Distinguished Flying Cross from President Calvin Coolidge, and the Medal of Honor from a Special Act of Congress. Lindbergh was honored as the first Time magazine Man of the Year. G.P. Putnam's son published his 318-page autobiography, We, which was the first of 15 books he eventually wrote. Lindbergh visited 82 cities in all 48 states, delivered 147 speeches, rode 1,290 miles in parades, and was seen by more than 30 million Americans, 1/4 of the nation's population. The flight took in 1927 between World War I and the Great Depression. Working planes were relatively new, as the first flight was only 14 years prior. Prohibition had started not too long before and was reaching its end. Communications were improving as the first transatlantic telephone call was made and an image was successfully transmitted over long distance using the television. Lindbergh's flight would not have been possible without the advancement in aeronautical technology that preceded him. The first flight was accomplished by the Wright brothers a few decades prior using a biplane design with 3-axis control. Since that flight, improvements have been made to the propeller, wing shape, steering, and engine. Lindbergh's flight further pushed the limits of aeronautical technology, attributing to the slow, gradual improvement of technology and technique by drawing interest into the field, as well as testing the current technology and techniques and creating new ones.